Okay. Let's try this again. What I'm doing, oh man, this is weird. Let's see here. This is why I'm starting it early. Hello, hello. Okay, hopefully, yeah. This is why I started this early, because this is new for me. I've never used OBS. I've never used a webcam to stream. So, hi Vicky. Sounds and looks good. Okay, I'm not going to touch my computer at all because I don't know how it started looping, but I'm going to have to Google that. Oh man. Okay. I'm so sorry, guys. Alright, hopefully that it stays like this and doesn't give us any trouble. So far so good. Okay. I'll have to do some research as to what happened there. Because okay, hello, hello, hello. We've got Kenny, Sammy, Joey, Raquel. Who else? Oh, really, Sammy? So how do you... Hi, Squishy. So how do you... Well, we can chat about that later, how you stream. I have a Logitech webcam that a viewer of the channel so awesomely gifted us, and it's got a better resolution than my cell phone and all that, so hopefully it improves the streams and not makes it worse. Hi Squishy. Hi Fancy. Welcome back. Alright, looks like everybody's traveling over here. I'm gonna wait a little bit to make sure it doesn't loop, and then we can get started. So how is everybody this morning? Hi Vicky. Let's see, who else did I miss? Hello, hello. Oh, I thought you had to, I don't know why, I thought you had to have OBS to stream with the camera. Just straight live. Huh. Alright, well we'll see how this works out. If it's not, if OBS is giving me trouble, then I might hit you up, Sammy, for some help. But that's okay, we'll get through this. There's going to be a little bit of growing pains as I kind of adapt. So I do have some pretty cool news, though, about my channel. So, I've been thinking about rearranging my entire apartment so that way I have a better setup for my live streaming. I want to put a face cam on and all that, so in order to do that I have to actually have my desk away from the wall so that way I can put a camera in front of me. So it looks like over the next month or so I'm probably going to be just completely redesigning my apartment and making it more YouTube stream friendly. So that's going to be exciting. Vicky. Yeah, it is pretty tricky. Oh, that rhymed. Yep, I'm alright. I'm glad you're good, Squishy. Oh, you were talking to Kenny, my bad. I'm jumping in. Hi, Joe Beth. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, I think we're gonna be okay. Is it looping? No, we're good. Yeah, that's gonna be exciting because right now my apartment is set up so that my studio is in one half of the living space and I have like a couch and a TV on the other half, but I use the couch and TV like about 10% of the time and my desk and studio about 90% of the time. So I thought I would, the living area with the TV has a lot more space to it. So I thought about swapping the area. And also, I'm right-handed, and right now the window is on the left side, so sometimes there's shadows cast. Now luckily I just got these, a lamp, a new LED, oh, I'm bumping things now. I just got a new LED lamp, so that should help as well with the light. Hi Leslie! So anyway, so I'll skip all the boring details. Maybe I'll make a vlog about me rearranging my house and all that. But the good news is that I have a lot of ideas in the works for how to improve my YouTube channel, beyond just the equipment that we just got, just like the setup of my space, and also some other pretty cool things which I'll keep under wraps for now. So yeah. All right, looks like we're going okay, huh? Yeah, I'm surprised to see you here, Sammy, with your back hurting. I hope you're in bed relaxing. And for those of you who aren't aware, coming soon on November 8th, actually, November 8th to 10th, we're going to be having a big extravaganza event. Sammy, our lovely Sammy here in the chat, she organized it. So if you want to go and check out her channel, you can just hover over her name in the chat, click the 3 dots, and then go to channel. Don't worry, it just pops out into a new window, so you'll still be here in the live stream. But that latest video that she just put out explains everything in great detail, and it's a wonderful video, so I would highly recommend you go check it out. I'm going to be participating, so I'm going to be streaming on November 8th at 8 o'clock, so it'll be the same time as this stream here. And what's so exciting is there's been a whole bunch of artists who have all gotten together and with Sammy's organization, and we've all created brand new coloring pages for the event. So mine will be free for 48 hours, and there's another freebie from Nathaniel Wake as well. And then there's also a bunch of other really beautiful pages that are available in the other artists' stores. So, better today. Oh, good. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Kenny. So, oh yeah, of course. So I can actually show you the drawing. I just finished it last night. So this is the drawing that I finished for. Let me see. Can you guys see this? Okay. So this is the drawing that I just finished for my page. So that's what we'll be doing. Yeah, I think you guys can see it's okay. Hi, Cassandra. Hello, hello. Oh, me too, Jo Beth. I'm so excited. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be so much fun. So, yeah, here's my little steam pixie. This will be a freebie download for 48 hours, and then it will be in my Etsy shop. And there's so many other beautiful pages, so let's see, I'm going to see how... Ooh, unboxing a package, Susie. Awesome. Uh-huh. Oh, thank you, Sammy. Everybody did such an amazing job with all their pages, so it's really really amazing that, yeah. Thank you guys. Joey. No, they're gonna love you. They're gonna love all the money you're giving them. Although I guess the copy shops don't charge a whole lot for copies, huh? um, Thank you, Kenny. Yeah, Sammy, I scanned it before I grayscaled it, so there will be a line art and a grayscale option for that page. So if you prefer a line art, don't worry, I scanned it before I started grayscaling it, so there's options there. Let's see. Hi, Shannon. Who else just popped in? I'm just sort of making sure the stream isn't going to loop like it has been. Hi, Cassandra. Thank you. All right. See you, Vicky. All right. Where else? Who else am I missing? I think I got everybody. If you're trying to talk to me and I don't see you, put it in all caps. It makes it easier for me to know that you're talking to me. Since I am using a whole bunch of new stuff, I might be a little overwhelmed today, but I'm gonna, we gotta push through it so that way we can get used to the new equipment. It's a learning curve, but I'm sure we'll get settled in pretty quick. So, hopefully. Yeah, Sammy, I drew my lady at 11 by 14. So she'll shrink down pretty well, I think. So if you want to print her on smaller paper, but yeah, this is an 11 by 14. I drew her on Strathmore Bristol, the vellum. I love the Strathmore Bristol paper because it's such a nice bright white paper. Like you can see my sketch paper is like a creamy yellow color. I like the brighter white because when I scan it in, it's a lot easier to make it into a coloring page. So, let's see. Yeah, mine, it can, I've shrunk it down and printed it, and it does really well as a regular US letter size, or, I can't remember what the A number is for for you, Sammy, but I think it's like 8 inches by 10 inches around there. It scales down really well, yeah. Let's see. I'm just reading the chat here. Okay, A3. I'm not sure what A3 means, but okay, Kenny. Okay, yeah, Sammy, that's the size I drew it at, so I know it'll look nice on an 11 by 14. It's Cup Day holiday in Australia. We have a holiday for a horse race. That's cool. Why not, Cassandra? A4, okay, yeah. Alright, we are almost at our time to do stream, and it hasn't been looping, right? It sounds okay? Everybody's good? Oh, I'm so excited. Yeah, this steampunk event is going to be, I think, a really, really awesome, event. And you should go check out the other artists. Everybody. I was looking at them and I was so intimidated when when Sammy was organizing, and I was like, oh my gosh, maybe I shouldn't submit my drawing because there were so many beautiful, beautiful pages. But then I had to remind myself of my own advice that you shouldn't compare yourself to other people, that I just did the best that I could, and we're all doing our best, basically. So yeah, let's see. Oh, good. Touch wood. Touch the wood? Boop. I don't know. What do you mean, Sammy? Okay, it's perfect. That's good. Okay. touch wood. I'm confused now, but okay. Oh. What other news do I have? This past week has been a really crazy week for me, so that's why I didn't stream very much. I only did my usual scheduled stream on Tuesday. That's because my washing machine broke and flooded my apartment, so I was dealing with all of that. Oh, knock on wood. Okay, got it. Got it. Yeah. Let's see. So, anyway, yeah, so it's been kind of like a rough week for me. With the apartment being torn apart, nothing got damaged, luckily, except for like the washing machine, obviously, and I had to like air out the carpets and sanitize them and do all sorts of fun stuff. So, but the good news is that the new washing machine was installed yesterday and everything's been cleaned up. So hopefully it's back to normal. Yeah. Yeah, I know, right? What a mess is right. So, that's sort of the biggest reason why I didn't stream. Also, I've been feeling kind of just, overwhelmed with a lot of work stuff. So, anyway, the good news is that hopefully we'll be back to normal, streaming more often. I'm going to do my best to do another stream this week. Hi, Dorothy. Hi. Nice to see you here. Oh my goodness. Everybody, thank you so much for hanging out. We're going to get started here in just a minute. I don't want to start too early for those of you who are wanting to actually watch me color. So I figure, people who are watching this after the fact can just scrub through if they don't want to watch the announcements. Yeah. But, yeah, and Abby's over. I set up this new craft table because I'm working on a project that's like a kind of a sculptural project, and I set up a big, one of those like folding tables, and it's right by a window that Abby normally doesn't have access to, so she is happy as a clam just sitting there hanging out over at a spot she's not used to hanging out at, so she might not come and visit us today, but we'll see. Oh, thank you, Kenny. Who else? Okay, so the colors we used previously, I just pulled them so that way we could reuse them. I'm going to try and use as limited amount of Tombow markers as I can, so that way those of you who don't have them, if you want to buy them to follow along, hopefully it's a small handful of colors, so that way it's not a huge investment and you can kind of try them out before you buy a lot more. But what we'll be doing is I'm going to base out, so what we did last time is we started with the wood frame here, and so I did off camera, I finished out the other bits that we didn't complete, the mirror images or the duplicate panels. So today we're going to finish out the border of the frame, and then we're going to jump on into the foreground foliage and the tree bark. I'm leaving the tiger till, or whatever this is, it looks almost like an ocelot or I don't even know what kind of cat this is, but anyway, I'm leaving it to last so that way it's easier to see the cat against all of the stuff that's already filled in. So that's what we're going to do today. And then hopefully the next stream we're going to base out the cat, and then we can get started on into the color pencil, the layering of color pencil. So that's my plan. Um, hey, Emmy. Hi. Nice to see you. All right. Emily is my little sister, and she is now in Florida. She made the move. Um, so how is it down in sunny Florida, Emmy? Is it warm and beautiful? It is cold here. Yeah, it is kind of like a combination, isn't it? It's sort of like a cheetah or a leopard, and then like almost like I don't know, with the ears and the tail. It's definitely just a fantasy cat. Well, I mean, and the wings, of course. That's a little different. Um. Let's see. Oh, it's Emily who's my sister. Did I misspeak? Yeah. uh. Anyway. So I'm going to try to keep to these limited colors and try not to add too many more. And that way, when we jump on into the color pencil, that's when we can kind of give it more color variation. Oh, really, Dorothy? What do you struggle with? I really like them, but you know, you can use any markers you want. If you're using like alcohol markers, that's fine too. It's just that you might want to layer them in a different way than I've been doing, because the alcohol markers move a whole lot more than the water-based ones do. Oh, it's 71. Oh, I'm so jealous. Yeah, Emily's near Tampa. She lives near Tampa. Joey, yeah. Yeah, Philly gets cold and snowy and yucky. So, oh, okay, it's 8 o'clock. I've been chatting. we just been chatting and not coloring. So let's go jump on in. Okay, so let's start by finishing out the frame, and we have Okay, that's the right color. It's all right. We chat every day. So I'm just gonna start. Let's see. Let's just. I'm gonna fill in the these like borders. So I'm gonna start first with the lighter color. And let's see. Can you guys see this? Okay. I'm hesitant to zoom, but maybe I should. Let's try it, and hopefully nothing bad happens. Okay. Okay. I hope that helps. Let's see. Okay. All right. Hopefully no looping has occurred. So this is fun and easy. I'm just filling in, just swiping the marker. Now I'm going to leave this outer frame for just a hot second, and let's just fill in all of the same things. I'm thinking about using the darker color for the outside bit. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to say the number. This is 992. Hi, Louise. Oh, good, Kenny. Thank you. can see there's times when I go over the lines. I always say the lines are just a suggestion. You don't have to feel the need to stress about it if you go over the lines. But as Dee Dee would say, oh, I'm sorry, I'm off camera. Oh my gosh. Okay, I gotta really pay attention. As Dee Dee would say, it's your color book. Let me just get this. Okay. Wow, this is so different, guys. Sorry. Oh no. I accidentally opened Adobe Illustrator. That's not good. Okay, just closed it. Tombow's Blend Super Tips. Yeah, they're both water-based markers. I haven't tried that, but my guess is that they will. However, water-based markers don't really blend the same way as alcohol-based markers do. So, well, I think we should give that a try, actually. I don't have my super tips handy, but that's a lunch with Laura. Let me write that down. Mix super tips and... That's definitely a lunch with Laura experiment. Oh. And Raquel asked that. Okay. Boom. Let's see. Yeah, so the trick with Dorothy, I hear you about the streaking, and it happens to me too. The trick with Tombows I've found is just, they're great for pages like this where there's lots of like small little details that don't require a whole lot of blending. You can see I'm just throwing the color down straight and not really worrying about trying to make it look smooth. Actually, I'm using the streakiness of the markers as a textural advantage, like in the background and so forth. So I think it's all in how you use them. If you are trying to use them in a way like Copics, then yeah, they're not going to work very well. If you're trying to get a large area, smooth gradients, things like that, it's going to be a lot more difficult. But what I do is just understand the limitations of the medium and use what works for what the job is, if that makes sense. So I do have Copics, and I also have other alcohol-based markers. I use them for things like large faces and things that I want to be smooth. But yeah, for these kind of pages, especially in Vilin San, I tend to reach for my Tombows a lot. And the reason why is because they're a lot of little details, and you don't really have to worry about blending them out that much. So, and you can see here, there's no dimension to these blocking in bits that I'm doing, but we're going to go over it with pencil later and kind of like bring out all the shadows and details. Oh, I'm sorry, Louise. This is in Vilin San. Let's make sure that this is in frame here. Oh, Vilin San, and that's by Tomislav Tomic right here. And it's a beautiful book. I have done several other pages. I can show you guys later if you're interested. I've shown them before. You're very welcome, Dorothy. And so it's sort of like, that's why I like doing mixed media pieces, because, wait, where am I over here? Sorry, I'm actually having trouble figuring out. This is so different from my old setup. Yeah, it's the second book of his after Zemlya Snova. But yeah, that's why I like using mixed media so much, is because you kind of can like take the advantage. Every media has its pluses and negatives. So if you just learn the good bits and the bad bits, then you can use that to your advantage and take the best bits of everything, and that way you're not struggling with it. So like, you know, Tombow markers don't do well with subtle blends, but by going over them with pencil later, I can really get a lot of beautiful shading. And so we're just, but this makes it so much quicker. And with these pages, since they're so detailed, it can get kind of overwhelming. So by filling in blocks of color, it takes out that stressful kind of like I don't know what I'm doing with this, you know, and kind of gives you a good head start. So that way it's less intimidating and much more fun to color. So that's always been, well, not always, but most of my pages from Tomislav Tomic's books have been done this way. Alright, there's this little guy here. Let's do that. Oh, and there's one over. Where is it? Here, it's like I started that one and didn't finish it. My bad. Okay. I think I got all those inner bits. So now let's do the outer ones. I'm trying to decide, kind of want to do the darker one. Either that or make it like a silvery metal color, but I think, but the darker will create a lot of contrast, which might draw attention away from the main element. So actually, no, I'm going to change my mind on that. I'm going to zoom out because I'm going to be moving quite quickly around the page. Alright, so let's start at the bottom. That way if we make a mistake, it won't be too bad. So with larger areas, another trick is just to work very quickly. So you'll see I'm going to just start. Moving as quickly as I can there. And now that we're into this area again, we don't have to do that. So I'm using the same color. And you will see when I overlap it does streak. So I try to do, for especially the larger, and this is why I didn't want to zoom in, because I didn't want to be moving the book around too much. For the larger, longer lines, I try and do them all in one swoop. Okay, quick, 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 quick. So there's a strategy to these markers, which is definitely something of a learning curve. But once you get the hang of them, they're really quite nice, I think. Okay. Let's move this down. Okay, that's good. And I'm just going to travel around the page. Let's see. Oh, I wasn't paying attention to chat. My bad. Hi, Zeely. Hello. Yeah, Leslie, if you haven't tried them before, I would just buy a couple. And that's why I'm only using a limited marker palette for this page. So that way you can just buy a few if you want to follow along. But really, when I started, I bought, well actually my boyfriend gifted me the Tombow portrait palette set. And it's a beautiful set of neutral browns and tans, which then were also useful. This color, I believe, is in the portrait palette set, but I ended up doing a different page than a portrait because I realized quickly that they're streaky. So doing portraits with these, you know, Mark just bought me the portrait palette set because he knows I love doing portraits the most. But when I realized that they were streaky, I was like, yeah, I'm not going to use them for portraits. I'm going to use them for other things. So I did the rabbit page from Imagimorphia by Kirby Roseanne's. And I can show you guys that too again at some point. Let's get this sorted though. But yeah, so that was sort of my marker journey. I was intimidated by them for years and years and years, but when I started using them in my coloring books, I was like, oh my gosh, it makes it so much faster than using just pure pencil. So it just allows you to kind of knock out the base of things a lot quicker. Let's see. Yep. Emmy is my little sister. Okay. Let's keep going. Gonna get this done, right? And hopefully I'm not too much slower than I am usually. I know with all this new technology, I'm a little... The setup is totally different from what I'm used to. I used to stream on my camera, on my cell phone rather. So this is totally different. So I'm using medium pressure, which is nice. I don't have to use light pressure. And just taking my time, not too much time. Oh, we missed a spot. See, that's why I love basing this stuff out, because it's really easy to see where you've missed places. And let's see here. Yeah, exactly, Kenny. Use it as an advantage. Use it for texture. Choose things that have fur or wood grain or something that has a lot of texture. And then the streaks look like they're intentional, which is awesome. And that's something Copics, I think, struggle with, because when you layer over them, they just blend out. So if you're using Copics, you want to go light to dark with this page, and don't do it in the order I'm doing it. Okay, so I think, oh wait, I missed a spot. So with these pages, it's really easy to miss things. So that's another reason why I like to base things out. So that way it's kind of like, get you going. Okay, so now we're moving on to the foreground. We will work more on the frame later, but let's start with the trunk of this tree since we're using browns already. So what I want to do, I want this tiger, this area of the page. Wait, am I in camera? Yeah. I want this area of the page to seem like it's kind of getting hit by a beam of sunlight. So, and that's something that I've done before in my pages, so I thought it would be fun to do here as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this lighter color, the same color we were just using. I'm going to use that around his paw, his front paw area. But then I'll move on into the darker brown that we used previously for the tree trunk that's in shadow. So let's just keep going. I'm still using 992, and I'm going to start around his paw. Now I'm avoiding doing anything on the kitty cat himself. Okay, I think now I can zoom in. Hold on. Let's see. Zoomy, zoomy. Zoom, zoom. There we go. Oh, thank you, Squishy. It's getting there. It'll. Once we start layering in the color pencil, you guys will see how it kind of like pops it to life. Okay, so I'm doing kind of like a circular kind of motion around that knot in the tree, and now we're gonna do more now we can just kind of fill in. Let's see. Oh, let's see, I missed a spot. Hold on, I'm jumping to 243. There's this little spot in the background. See, with all these little details, it's easy to miss stuff. So we're going to keep the palette limited. And we're going to, what is happening here? See, this is, we've got, this is the tree trunk. So we're just trying to figure out what's what, and as soon as you fill it in with the block of color, all of a sudden it's a lot easier to understand what's happening. And that's the main reason I think a lot of people don't color this book, is because it does seem intimidating with all the details sometimes. But this has been my main strategy, and I love detail, so it doesn't intimidate me, but it is hard sometimes to see what's going on, so that's my big secret. I'll base it out. Let's see. Hi, Sahara. How you doing, honey? All right, we've got so you can see it's streaky. I'm not worried about that. We're going to put a lot of texture, and we're gonna go over it. So streaky is fine. So now I'm going to switch. Finally, we're going to switch to another color. Let's see here. 977. Oh wait, it's not autofocus anymore. So I don't know. Anyway, that's what we're using. So this guy here is a lot darker. I'm going to just go right on over, this is like mossy bits is what I'm guessing, these little squiggles on the tree bark. I'm going to go right on over them. We can fill them in with a little bit of green when we go to use color pencil. So now I'm using this color on just the bottom and kind of just flicking my marker up. I'm kind of doing like a slight curve to the line, just to give it a feeling of volume. Okay, and let's put some shadow. So even though we're going to put a lot more detail with the color pencil later, let's indicate some shadows. Just a little hint for us. So the light in here, yep, coming from the top. So let's put shadow under that vine there. Abby, she's so funny. And let's put some shadow under this funny flower thingy. It's like a flower and then it's got all these like hanging viney things. So we're just gonna kind of pop some shadows under, just go under the bits, the squiggles. Oh, it's your birthday, Leslie. Oh no, it's not just another day, you goofy. Happy birthday. I'm not going to sing. That's because I've had a rough morning and I'm super nervous, so I have a bit of stage fright going on. But yeah, happy birthday. That's awesome. So are you doing anything for your birthday, or are you just hanging out and relaxing? Oh, I'm so honored that you're here with us on your birthday. So let's move this a little bit. Oh, Kenny, you guys are funny. Although I'm not really one to talk. I actually disabled my birthday on Facebook because I don't... Last year was crazy. It's like, I don't need all this attention. Okay. Sahara. Oh my goodness. You're funny. You have no idea. I'm barely holding it together. So I'm using a curved line here. That indicates volume. And you can see Tomislav gave us a really nice little helper there by doing some dotted lines. So I'm just following that general idea. It doesn't have to be perfect, it's an organic object. And you can see with some extra shading at the bottom, we can actually make it darker. That's another thing Copics kind of struggle with, is layering like that. But these are water-based watercolor markers, so they really do work very well that way. Oh, nice! You went to Melbourne Cup. So that's that big race that's going on, right? That's cool. Around here there's this thing called the Devon Horse Show. And it's like part of the I believe it's part of the circuit for the Olympics. So you have to like compete there first before you qualify for the Olympics. So that's kind of cool. Okay, let's move this a little bit more. Oh, thanks. Yeah, it'll get better as we go. Let's see. Right now, we're just spacing it out. The perfection is not necessary here. We're gonna, any mistakes that you make, if you go over lines, don't worry about it. We can fix that with pencil. So this is just about having fun, figuring out what's what, and then we're gonna keep. We'll go from there. So let's see. So you can see it's streaky. I'm not worried about that. I'm kind of trying to use that as a plus. And you can also go the other way too. If you want to make like bark that's like going this direction, you could color in that direction. So there's really no right way to do this. I'm just showing you my way, of course. Okay, so let's sort out. Let's start here, just because that's where it joins. And we're gonna go carefully around this little paw here. But again, if you go over the lines like I did, oh, I just went over the line there, and I did go over the line on the other paw a little bit. That's okay, we can fix it. We can even fix things with a little bit of gouache or Posca or gel pen. So there's so many ways that we can work on this page, so don't stress. Just have fun. Okay, now let's see, now let's go down, and we've got this little leafy bit there. Okay, so and I'm tempted to just do this, but I really want to try to keep that texture going. And so just resist the urge to color in weird directions. Try and keep your, once you pick a direction, try and keep it generally consistent. And that's what makes the streaks look intentional and nice. Yeah, see, I just messed that up a little bit, but that's okay. It's not too far off the mark. We can just make it dark. Luckily, it's in this corner over here. No big deal, guys. And you see I'm messy. It's okay. And this is all about just getting the basics. Okay, for these little tiny bits I am going to go kind of like that. Okay, boom. Let's see here. Thank you, guys. Oh, I'm so happy that you're learning and enjoying these videos. I wasn't sure how the markers would go over. I haven't really seen a whole lot of people using Tombows on live streams, so I was a little bit nervous about doing this, but I'm glad that you guys like it. Alright, so let's go over here. That's not poo, it's the branch. Okay. So even though we're traveling up the branch now, it's going to be closer to the light. I still want this area to be darker. So we're just going to continue on with the same color. Hi, yeah. Hi, cutie. You done checking out your window? Hi. What's going on? Yeah, she doesn't know what's going on because of the new equipment. You're holding your breath. Why? Oh, no, don't hold your breath. Hold on. Let's see here. Are you going to come up here? Speaking of kitty cats, we've got our resident kitty here. Oh, cutie. Sorry, kitty break. Let's see if she can settle in. I got her in my arms now, so I'm coloring one-handed. It's gonna be fun. Look, Kelly. Oh, see, I went over the... It's okay, guys. If you go over the lines, I'll show you how to fix it. So you don't have to be perfect. I'm gonna rotate the page just because now I have a kitty. We've got stuff going on here. Make it a little easier for me. Hi, Michelle. Let's see, Sammy, I'm learning so much. I watch very closely as I'm going to eventually get. Yeah, Sammy, I'm glad that this helps. Yeah. Once I figured out how to use these markers, I fell in love with them. I just find them to be so fun, and I love the brush tips and how they're responsive, and they really allow a large variety of line size. You can go very, very light touch and get some really beautiful tiny little lines, or you could press pretty hard and get a nice thick line. So, okay, so here's where we're sorting out what's what again. This is why we're doing this. Okay, and then that branch goes up here, and then we have all these little thingies going on. So let's just finish out that there. Oh good, I'm glad I didn't use this dark color for the frame. So now I'm trying to decide which of these things is vines and which of these things is twigs. So this is a twig because it has a fork. And I could be wrong about things, of course, but this is how I'm going to interpret it. So that's a vine, but this is not. Okay. And I think those are viney bits. I think those are viney bits too. Maybe. I don't know. Let's see here. Let's see. Yeah, Leslie, it speeds up the process considerably, so that way when you do go over it with pencils, you're focusing on the shading and the details and not on, I mean, it just not, the markers knock out the base color so quick, it speeds up the whole process. And for a page like this would take me a month to do, like a solid month of me like coloring it with a pencil to finish it. But when you throw markers in the mix, it's still going to take me a while because there is a lot of detail, but yeah, I just really enjoy this particular method. Let's see who else. Pushing myself. Oh, squishy. I'm gonna get one of your ornaments if you don't sell them at your show. So that's on my list. Yeah, I'm using the Tombow ABT brush markers. And so far we've only used a small selection of colors. These are the 6 colors we've been using, and I'm going to try and stick with those for the background and the foreground. And I think I'm only going to try and use 3 colors for the kitty as well. So we're going to try and use only a total of 9 markers to base this out. So that way it's not super expensive if you want to follow along with me, if you don't have them. Let's see. Oh, Kenny, the big set. Oh my goodness. Well, hopefully you get them. Let's see. I'm not sure, Squishy, but I love your snowflake one. I think that one will be, but whatever's left over when your show is done. Okay, I have a kitty in my lap, but let me see if she will agree. Let me zoom out. So just to give you an overview rather of how this is looking so far. So we've spent only about 40 minutes total on this here today, and gotten a lot done. So let me put Abby down for a minute. We're going to take a quick break from coloring. I'm going to show you guys. There you go, sweetheart. You sit right there, okay? Or anywhere else you want. I'm just going to show you guys what I'm talking about. So the other pages I've colored in this book, I have shown this before, but just to kind of give you an idea. So this here, all of this was Tombow at first, and then I put color pencil over top. But you can just see all the detail and all the background was color pencil because I wanted smooth, soft gradients. But the all of this tight, intricate detail, that was all done with Tombow first, and then color pencil over it. Same with this guy here. Very, very detailed. This guy's got glitter on it. I don't know if you can see, but so and then I'll grab his other book because I have a couple other pages in his other book as well. So we also have, and I'm sorry, I'm not looking at the chat at the moment only because I'm standing up, but I will get there in a minute. So this one's one I'm working on. You can see I'm still working with the Tombows, but I've already done some color pencil work over some of that lady there, so that's a whip. But then I have this guy here. I did that with Tombow, color pencil, and gel pen. And, oh, and also like a paint marker. And then we have, where's the, that one's a whip, but I don't like it that much, so I'm not going to show it. Where did the other one go? My first page. Sorry guys, I wasn't prepared to show. Here we go. So this is the first one I did in this book. So again, this is Tombow, color pencil, and gel pen. So just about every, I think actually every page of his that I've done in this manner. And then I'll also show you really quickly if I can find it. Yeah, it's right here. So this was the first page I ever did in Tombows, and this is just Tombow. This is from Kirby Roseanne's, sorry about this, it fell out of the book, so I just taped the pages together in the back. But this is Tombow and gel pen and Staedtler fine liners. So I didn't use any color pencil at all on this guy here. Wait, where is it? Yeah. But this is mostly the Tombow portrait palette set and the Tombow grayscale set. So the portrait palette is all of the pinks and browns and yellows. Or no, did I use the landscape? I used some green here, so maybe I used just a couple of greens from the landscape set as well. But then I used some grays. But yeah, this is mostly just Tombow brush markers. So that was the first time I ever tried them out. So again, I didn't do anything with smooth blending. You can see for the sky, I used dots. So I don't know how you guys can see. So wait, zoom in. Right. don't know if you guys can see this, but I used stippling for the, is this in focus? I don't know. I used stippling for the background. Anyway, so this is the type of thing that the brush markers really excel at. All right, back to our coloring, and I can get back to the chat. Let's find our page again. So let's see here. Let's see. Thank you guys. Oh, I missed a lot of chat. Sorry. Oh, good. It is focused. Okay, good. Let's zoom in again just so we can get back to coloring. But I hope that answers. Oops, that's not it. Zoom. Hello, zoom. Why isn't it zooming? Huh. Oh my goodness. That's fine. Here we go. Oh my goodness. I'll get the hang of this, guys. I won't be so clumsy with the settings and so forth in time. Come on. There we go. Where's that? Alright, so let's start down here. Woo! Okay. Leslie. Oh man. Hi, Dusty. Okay. That's fine. The Cloud Sahara, I have done several cloud tutorials on my channel already, but I'm happy to do another one if those don't help you out. I think I did one in color pencil, but if not, I'll check it out and see. Okay, so now we're going to switch to these leafy bit thingies. We're gonna play with that for a while. So if you guys recall, when I was doing the background on the first episode, I messed up. I colored in that leaf there. So what I'm gonna do is make it intentional looking by using that same color. I believe that's it. Yep. So I'm switching to 228. So we're just going to go ahead and fill in these leaves with the same color. Alright, so now since these are all the same type of leaf, and what's cool is since I didn't, in the background I used this color, but I went over it with this other marker, so even though it's the same color I used before, they look different because the background's been layered differently. So that's pretty fun there. That's how you get the most out of a limited palette, is just by layering them in different ways. So we're just sorting out. This is a leaf here. What is happening here? This is why I like the Tombows, because so this is a leaf, here. We've got a leafy bit here. And we've got a leafy bit there. Hi Kathy, hi Sue, hello, hi everybody coming in. Oh no, Squishy. I've been on the live chat party. I've been good this time. Oh, thank you, Stress Free. I don't think I've ever seen you here. What's your name? Nice to see you, and thanks for coming. All right, and if anybody's trying to ask me a question, please put it in all caps. The chat's moving faster than I'm used to, so I'm probably missing like at least half of it. But that's okay. We'll get through this. Let's see. Okay, so here's some more of these leafy bits. Let's work on those. So what I like to try and do is just keep it consistent. I like to work on the same element all at once. It keeps me from having to remember what color I used where. All right, done. I think that's all those little leafies that I did. That are on there. That I did that thing. Yeah, here's a leaf, there's a leaf everywhere, leaf. Okay, sorry. Just keep swimming, right? Okay. So now for those little leafy, oh gosh, I can't even talk. With all the tech trouble I've had today, I'm having a little bit of trouble, guys. I'm really sorry about that, but that's fine. I'm gonna be fine. Look, I missed some of the background. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we're gonna have to go through that, and let's see. Yeah, you guys can see it. Okay, so we missed a little bit of background. See, this process is why I do this, because it's so easy to miss it. And if you're going gung-ho, so I'm using 228. We've got this little area back here. So if you're going gung-ho with the color pencils and not realizing that you've missed a spot, then it's really hard to remember all the colors that you used to fix it. But because we're only using a limited palette and just a few colors, that was really easy to rectify. So, exactly. Let's see. Okay, yeah, no problem, Debbie. I'm glad that this is a page you're interested in. Awesome. Okay, did I miss any other questions? I think I'm good. Okay, so now I'm switching to 243. This is that minty green color we used in the background there. So I'm going to use that for the edges of these leaves, just to kind of separate it from that chartreusey color in the background, and also give these leafy bits a different tone. And actually, let's use this as a base. We're gonna definitely make it darker, but let's use it as a base just to sort out what we're doing for these vines as well. Whoops, missed that, and this, and this. Okay, so the vines that hold those leafy bits get this color. Okay, where else? That one, this one. And I'm not worrying about going over the lines into the leaf. I'm trying to avoid going over the line into the background. So if you have to go over the line, favor the leaf. So that's why the tip of my marker is against the edge of the leaf. And if I press too hard and go over the line into that leafy area, it's totally fine. It looks great, actually. Yep, that looks like oh, I missed one. Oh my gosh, see? This is crazy. So many details. So let's do, okay, so it looks as though these leafy bits are attached to the vines that are wrapping around the tree. So now we're going to use the same color. And for whatever reason, the Tombow, the lighter colors, all the pastel-y colors, they don't streak as badly as some of the others. So if you do have to go over them again, I guess because the pigment is lighter. So this is kind of melding into the background. You see that where the background color and the vines are the same color. So that's not great for clarity for us when we're going to go do the color pencil later. So I'll show you what I do for those bits to kind of help me out. But let's first finish. I mean, luckily right there is not too hard to figure out what's happening, but let me just show you. Okay, so this little hangy dangly thingy, this little hangy dangly thingy. Let's get this all figured. This is a very complex little spot. It would be a pain in the butt if you were trying to do this with pencil, I think. Excuse me. Okay, I'm just checking my work. Let's keep moving though. So let's get all this spaced out. Let's make sure, yeah, you guys can see that. Oh my goodness, chat is moving quickly. Hello. Oh, Debbie, you have a channel. All right, let me go. Does anybody else have a channel? Oh, I can't do it from here. Okay, well, after the stream, I'll go and check you out. And, yeah, if anybody else has a channel that I'm not aware of, please go ahead and let us know in the chat. Love to support other channels. Okay, we're just... Okay. Alright, did I get them all? Oh, nope. Here's more of the vine. So that little leafy can be that minty color. Now obviously this is in shadow, so we're going to make it darker, but just for now, to help with the clarity of things. Now I'm just checking my work, looking it over. So here, I'll zoom out so that way you guys can check it out too. So this is where we've gotten so far. Let's think about what the next move will be. I think I want some of the vines in the background to be brown. I'm just trying to decide which color I'm going to use for the other vines. Let's see. Oh no, these are, so for anybody who's just popping in, these are the Tombow ABT brush markers. So far we've used a limited palette of only 6 colors. And that's all we're going to use for the entire background is the 6 colors, and then we'll base out the, well, maybe we'll use different color, maybe we'll leave the little flowers alone and do those just with pencil. I'll decide that later. But the tiger we'll try and use only 3 colors with, and then, or tiger, cat, whatever it is, cheetah, ocelot, something, fantasy kitty. Anyway, and then we're going to be using color pencil over top just for detail and for shadows. So let's see. Yay, hello. Okay, let's zoom back in. I think I've decided for the other vines back here, the hangy ones that kind of are like crisscrossing the whole thing. I think I'm going to use the 992. Let me zoom in again if I can. Come on. Yes. Okay, and then let's start. You guys know I like to start at the bottom. That way, if I mess up, it's away from the main action, so it won't be as noticeable. So I'm going to just start down here. So we're just going to make these vines this lovely tan color. And I don't have the full set of Tombows. I don't think it's necessary. I bought, let's see, I have the portrait palette set, I have the landscape set, and the grayscale set, and then I just added some colors to that. So you don't need a whole lot to have fun with these and use them this way. I'm just trying to think here. This can be this color. And so can these weird things coming out of nowhere. And those things are part of that, so we'll leave that alone. Let's do this guy back here, and that doodle thingy. Oh wait, am I in camera? No, of course not. Let's change that. So I did this here. So we can just yeah, let's just keep going. Okay, that viney bit, I'm gonna switch. What is happening here? Oh no, I messed that up. That's okay. We'll be fine. We're gonna be just fine, guys. this here, I'm switching back to 243 for just a moment to miss this spot there. Yeah, okay. So many little details. Must have all the colors, Zilly. No, I don't have all the colors. I have a small set. So here's my swatch sheets. I don't know if you guys can see them both. No, you can't. So here's one of the sheets here. You can see I wrote circles for all the colors, so you can see the full range, how many there are, but I do not have the full range. I only have a selection. And so far they've been working really beautifully, the palette I've chosen. So I don't really feel the need to add more at this point. And I'm just sort of buying and maintaining the palette I have. So yeah, I don't feel like I need the whole set. And they really do work well with other water-based markers. So where is this? Oh my gosh. So what you guys don't know is my camera is actually upside down, and so when I move my book, I'm moving it in, yeah, I don't even know how to explain, but that's how I had to set it up. It's so hard. I'll get used to it. Well, that's, oh wait, this guy is actually this mint color. I'm switching back to 243. Boop. Yeah. And then now I'm switching back to 992. Yeah, that's part of the reason why I want to set up my studio in a different way. So we're going to do some rearranging in my house and make it a little bit more YouTube friendly. So that way when I stream I'm not struggling like this. Okay. The great thing about using a limited palette like I'm using is that it really does make the whole entire piece feel very cohesive and put together. So that's another reason why I like to do it this way. Alright, Sahara, thank you so much for popping in. Yeah. I'm glad that you were able to hang out with us. Okay, I know it's really, really early / late there, so I appreciate it. Okay, let's see. Yeah, definitely lovely, always lovely seeing Sahara. I've got so many amazing people in my chat today. Uh-oh. Excuse me. Excuse me. Oh, I'm telling you. I'm not feeling super awesome. I think I'm coming down with a cold or something. And it's probably because I've been taking this med and it is making me really feel yucky. So, might just be that. Okay. All right. Oh, thank you. Okay. I think we got all of the hangy viney bits. I'm just looking. Let's zoom out again so you guys can take a look at the overall page. So now I'm going to make a decision. Do I want to do the, I think I do. I want to do the hangy leafy thingies for these flowers. Oh, I missed another spot. No, wait, did I? Is that? I can't tell if that, what that, I think, Now I'm just trying to decide if this is a vine or if it's a leaf. Or a flower petal, rather. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, okay. I think I'm going to use... Just trying to decide which color I'm going to pick. Let's see. What are you guys saying? Thank you, Shannon. Thank you, everybody. Okay, see you later, Joe Beth. Let me take a sip of my water, and then we're going to jump into these dudes. I think I'm going to use a combination of this and this, sort of like we used with that, but different. It's usually purple. Okay, well, I'm not going to make it purple. I don't mind. I'm going to make it, I think I'm going to do green at the base of it, and then I think I'm going to use some of the orangey yellows for the kitty cat. I think I might use with that, but I'm not sure. I have yet to decide what the actual color of the flower will be, but I know I want to make the viney bits yeah, I'm not worried about reality. Sorry, Ketty. Since the cat has a crazy tail and some pretty cool wings, I figure I don't have to follow any real life thing. I'm sniffling now. Hold on, let me go blow my nose. much better. Deep reds. Okay. I think I know which kind of plant you're talking about. That's cool. But yeah, I'm not going to do it. Let me actually see here. So I've got that color. What happens when I put this color over it? Okay. So we're going to use a couple colors on these funny little plants. I like them. I think that these plants, besides the tiger, I want to kind of draw some more attention to them versus the other stuff. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to start with 243. Yeah, no. I appreciate it, Kenny. I'm impressed that you know what kind of plant it is. So I'm going to color the base. You know how some plants, like, they have, like, green at the base of their... Oh, wait, what is this? I don't know. I'm making it a vine now. Some plants have, like, green at the base of the... Oh, and I missed some brown. Hold on. So I'm swapping to 977 just for a sec. I'm going to fill in that little spot. Now swapping back to 243. Some plants have like green at the base of their plant bit or flower head. Yeah. So that's sort of what I'm going for there. Maybe actually put a little right there too. But you can make these whatever color you want. So let's, wait, am I in camera? Yeah. So let's do this. And these guys are part of all of that. Now at this point here, there's a whole lot of that mint color in this spot. That's okay. We're gonna fix that. Okay, let's go up to this guy here. And yeah, I'm in camera. Okay. Oh, you lived in Hawaii? Oh my gosh, I'm so jealous. Is that where these plants are from? Oh my gosh. Hawaii seems amazing. Why did you move, Kenny? I think if I lived in Hawaii, you would never get me off that island. I've never been, but it just seems that way. Okay, so now I'm gonna do, oh, I forgot the one down here. Well, let's just do this guy because he's in camera right now. So let's do that. And let's move this down a little, or up a little, and then let's do this guy too. Okay. So now let's layer. Oh, okay. Oh. Yeah, Kathy, these are the Tombow ABT brush markers. I'm using just a small selection of them for this particular page. So now I'm going to jump over to 228 and we're going to, let's jump onto this guy here. So now at the very bottom of the plant, I'm just going to put a little like I'm just sort of following the outline, but just inside, just to kind of give it a little dimension. And now let's also use these to do some shading and shadowing on these little guys here. So I'm not going to go down there because that's in the light. So let's move over. Oh, your husband's job contract was over. Aw. Well, at least you got that experience. That's more time than most people can say. So that's nice. But yeah, I can imagine if you are forced to leave and don't want to. Must be rough. So we're just doing the same process now on this guy. And just sort of at the very base of it, just using this darker green, kind of give some separation between what's happening with all these different viney bits. I think I missed that spot. Let me jump over. I'm grabbing 243 real quick and fill in that a little bit better. Okay, oh, and right here too, feels a little light. There we go. Now let's jump over to this one over here. Let's see who's Squishy. Oh, Squishy! Thank you for coming, honey. Take care. Okay, so now we're on 228 here. We're going to do the same thing, just kind of outline on the inside of that. And we're going to smooth out this, it doesn't, oh, see, I messed up, that's fine. We're going to smooth this out later with pencil. But just to kind of help me see what's what, I like adding a little bit of light and dark sometimes. Especially in complex areas like this where there's a lot of green going on and I'm not sure what's happening half the time. Let's see, so we can put a shadow to separate these two guys from each other. And let's just do that. Okay. So now to help with making these things just a little bit more vibrant, I'm going to use 173. So this is that chartreusey kind of color that we used in the background. I'm going to use that just on these hanging bits on the bottom of them. So I'm not worried about, I just kind of want to make it more yellow and less mint. Okay, and then we're going to jump over to, where is it? This guy here. And so this is where we're going to resolve this issue here. Now at least these guys are separated out. And let's move over to this. And again, we're going to separate out what's going on. Yeah, that one too. So hopefully this makes it easier for you to see what's going on when you use the pencils later. Let's use, just to kind of separate out what's happening over here, let's use our 228 again. Oh wait, where are we going? There we go. And let's just kind of, like we were doing before, let's just give a little shadow outline to this bigger vine shape. Now I'm not going to bother trying to get a fine detail in the little bits that are coming off of it, but I'm just following And this is where we fix a lot of, you see how I went over the lines there? Now I'm fixing the mistake by just adding a darker color right on over it. No big deal, guys. You don't have to be perfect. Okay. And we're gonna move over to this vine now, since I want to treat them the same way. They're the same type of vine. So again, just being consistent. So if you make mistakes, that's just part of being human. Everybody makes mistakes, including even experienced artists who have a lot of time in on stuff. So don't be hard on yourself, just figure out a way to make it look like it's supposed to be that way. It just means you gotta get your creative juices going a little, that's all. No big deal. I used to beat myself up over things when I'd make mistakes, but then I realized that, you know, being human, the definition of being human is making mistakes. So I was like, well, I'm just going to keep beating myself up for the rest of my life if I continue this attitude. So once I kind of shifted my perspective a little, really made it more fun and less stressful. Okay. Let's zoom out and see what we got. I think we've filled in all of the background now, at least with one color, except for the flowery bits. Is that right? Let me look. Oh, Canada, nice. Okay, so now let's see, which one is this one? 991. Yeah, I think that color. So I think I'm going to use this 991 color for the kitty cat. So that's the color I'm thinking of basing these flowers in, or plants, whatever. And I know that they're supposed to be purple, but I'm not going for purple on this page. I think we're just going to use greens, neutrals, and then the oranges for the kitty cat. Just trying to decide what I'm doing. Thank you, Kenny. Oh, you can't stand the cold, Dusty. Well, then don't come to Philadelphia because it is chilly and it's gonna get worse. Oh, come in the summertime if you ever visit. The heck? Okay. Yeah, I think I'll do them in that color. Thank you, Dusty. Thanks, guys. Alright, and Kenny, I know I left you on as a mod. You're welcome to stay on as a mod. You've been watching my channel for a very long time. So I'm happy to leave you on as a mod. But don't feel like you have to be at every stream, honey. Okay, so I'm using 991. This is a new color. So now we're up to 7 colors. And I'm avoiding the spots where I put the green. We will blend that out with pencils later. These will not blend like Copics, or Copics, however you say it. So we're not going to try. And yep, I've learned over time that don't force a medium to do what it doesn't want to do. Let me zoom in a little bit more so that way you guys can see better, hopefully better, the next one. There we go. You've never seen snow, Leslie? Oh my gosh. I mean, as much as I complain about the cold, it is so pretty. Oh man. And like that moment when it starts snowing, I always try and go out when it's snowing, when the snow is falling. and walk around in it because it is just so magical that everything is quiet because the snow muffles the sound, and everything is so bright. Oh, it's so cool. As much as I complain about the cold, you just gotta bundle up really good. That's fine. But if you're wearing the right clothes, it can be really, really fun. I just don't like shoveling it, really. That's the reason I don't like it. Because I don't have a snowblower, so whenever it snows, I'm out there shoveling. Like last year we got so many big snows where I was shoveling like feet of snow. So to dig out my car and also shovel the walk for the mailman was quite an effort. It was like an epic Olympic sport. You're out there for hours. Yeah, I think I like this color for that. Okay. Too late now if I didn't. Let's see. Hi, Amanda. Welcome. Thanks for coming. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen you here, but it's great to see you. Alright, so we filled in all of the background. We've actually gone over our time, so I think I'm going to stop this here for today. So that way we can really concentrate on the kitty cat next time. But I hope you guys can see where I'm going with this. We're definitely going to detail it out with pencil, but doing it this way, oh my gosh, it's so much less overwhelming now to see what's going on, because these areas are still kind of confusing, but at least having the colors separating them out will just help us so much when we go to do all of our details and shading. Oh yeah, Leslie, I've visited both Toronto and Quebec, and they are both beautiful cities. Canada is filled with such amazing wide open natural beauty too, so yeah, Canada, I love it there. Hi Christina. You're coming right at the end. Okay, does anybody have any questions for me before I wrap this stream up? Any questions or things they want me to help them with? Oh, that's okay. Thank you for coming. I don't expect people to wake up early or stay up late for me. Don't do that. You can always watch it back. Thank you, Louise. Thanks, Kenny. Yeah, it's looking okay, but to be honest with you guys, we're going to take this a lot further. So the markers really do help speed it up and make it quicker, but we're going to take this much further than this, so you just gotta wait and see. Yes, I always stream on Tuesdays at this time for this page. I swapped it to a later time because in the winter time I have less light in the morning. So it's 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, so we'll be doing this page at this time until it's done. And I try and keep it about an hour, but today's was long because I've had technical difficulties and I'm learning a new, I just got a new webcam. One of the subscribers of the channel was so kind to gift us new equipment. So we have a brand new light and we also have a brand new camera. But that means there's a lot of learning curve for me as far as learning the software and figuring out how to set it all up. So this stream is a little awkward, but don't worry, all that will be ironed out as we go forward. The first time doing anything is always a little funny, but I figure, getting used to the new stuff is, that's just how it is. So thank you so much, Kathy. I'm going to do a shout out now for whoever's here. We have Debbie, Kathy, Kenny, Christina, Dusty. Who else? Darla. I'm sorry I missed you, but I'm glad that I caught you here. Sammy, thanks for sticking around, honey. Who else is still here? Thank you guys all so much for coming and hanging out with me. I love coloring with you guys. And yeah, so catch it next week. I'll schedule it out earlier so that way you guys can get a reminder on your phone. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely check out your channel, Debbie. Thank you so much for coming and for introducing yourself. Thank you, Shannon. Hi, you're still here. And Kathy. And Leslie, you're still here too. Yeah, for anybody who doesn't know or who didn't catch the beginning of my stream, we have a big event coming up on November 8th through the 10th. So what you want to do is go ahead and check out Color and Chat with Sammy. She's here in the chat. She just chatted, the hearts there. Her latest video announces all of the details. There are so many amazing, talented artists that have we've all drawn pages specific for this event, so they're fresh, brand new pages. I drew a page. I'll show you guys the page that I drew that I'll be coloring on the 8th here. So I just finished her last night, so I'm going to be scanning her and making her into a PDF. And then all the other live streamers are posted on Sammy's stream, so you can, Sammy's video. So just go and check out Sammy's latest video where she announces the steampunk freakout, which is going to be so fun. Alright, so that's the news. Oh, hi, Zeely. Bye, Zeely. Alright, I think we're done. I don't see any questions, so thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful, magical time coloring. Bye! Did it end? No.